Welcome. My name is James Heidema. Here's a question from my son about referrals.
Hi, Dad. I understand getting referrals from existing customers is a very good source of future customers, but I'm having difficulty in getting referrals from my existing customers. What do you suggest that I do?
That's a great question, Paul. We as professional salespeople have to be looking for referrals on a constant basis, looking for potential clients. And I find the best way to do this is have a system processor tool to help you do that. In this case, the system is prospecting. The process is what you say and do to gain prospects. And the tool may be some tool you use of maybe a profile of the ideal customer, whatever. Okay, so here we are. How do I do that? Well, in the first appointment with a potential customer, I'm going to have an agenda. And on the agenda will be 4 items. It'll be the introduction. It'll be the analysis. It will be next steps. And then finally, it'll be how we're going to work together. Okay? And then when I get to that point in the agenda, I'm going to say to them, okay, how have you felt about the meeting today? Did you learn something? Are you taking something away? Is it clear to you where we're going? How have I behaved in this meeting? So I want feedback. Okay? And they're going to say, well, I learned something. I'm going to do this. I got to research that. You treated me well. You listened to me, whatever. I say, and then I plant the seed and I say to them, well, wouldn't it be wonderful if you and I could work together to take that out to the people you care about, to take that level of service to them, to the people that are your family, your friends, your acquaintances, and your colleagues at work. Would that be a good thing to do? And they say, yeah, I guess. And I said, well, we're not going to do anything with that today, but that'll happen in a future meeting, okay? So I've planted the seed. In the second appointment, where this is an agenda, again, 4 items on the agenda. First is a review of the gaps, review of the analysis. Second is offering a solution. What are our next steps? Third is what are the next steps, whether they need more information, whether they need to fill out some form, some application or something, whatever the next step. And finally, number 4 is how we work together. And then I'll say to them, remember in our last meeting we talked about how we're going to work together, and said, yeah, I remember. I said, well, how have you felt about this meeting? What have you learned from this meeting? What are you going to take away from this meeting, the second meeting? And how have I behaved? How have I behaved in the middle of all of that? And they'd give me some feedback and they say, okay, remember we talked about how we can work together, how this would be a good idea. I said, I want to do that now. So first I want to talk about the profile of the ideal, the kind of customer similar to yours. I like people, if I'm a financial advisor, I'm looking for people in a relationship, people with children, people who are steady, 2 incomes, etc., whatever that profile is. And then I'll say to them, if you were in my shoes, who would be the first 6 people that you would reach out to offer this level of service to? And all I want you to do is tell me the first names. Okay? And they give me the first names, and then I'll ask them why. Why did you refer me to Thomas? Why did you refer me to Suzanne? Right? Oh, because they're good friends that just got married, whatever. Okay? All right? And then I'll say, okay, tell me a bit more about them. Okay? And then, depending on the laws of your land, some places that I'm training and coaching, they have to get permission before they call those people. Other places they don't. Let's say you require permission. Then I would say to that individual, well, thank you very much for the referral of these people. Before I call them, I'd like you to call them and introduce me. And what are you going to say? And then I will help them with a script, and I'll deal with that in a future video. But I would help them what they're actually going to say to that person so that when I do call, I get the warmest possible response. So again, how do you get referrals from your existing customers? Well, you make it a system, a processor, a tool. You learn the scripts that I've been talking about today. And by the way, if you want more information, you can go online and order my book called The Passionate Salesperson. And these scripts are in that book. And the process is in that book. And so if you want to really be paid as a professional, don't act like an amateur. Learn the process, memorize it, role play it, and you'll get referrals. I promise.